I'm Takiyah Louise. Thanks for clicking through to watch this video of my Mega Sephora haul. I wanted to let you know that I've got about 20 items before me, so this is going to be a long video. Grab a snack if you need to, and then come back and join the fun. I wanted to say that I have skincare items and mostly makeup items that I'm going to be sharing with you today. First up is the 165 sheet count of the Shiseido facial cottons. I first bought this in the 40 count, which looks like this, and I believe this is about $10 and this was about $4, I believe. And this is the size of the facial cotton. It's very kind of thick and it's really absorbent, so when I put my liquid products on it, it really soaks in and I'm able to get all over my face and make sure that basically I use this with witch hazel. I'm able to make sure that witch hazel gets to every little corner of my face. At first I didn't like it because I was just using it in the palm of my hands like this, or my fingertips, and rubbing it on my face, and it was getting kind of balled up when it got wet. But on the back of the sheet it says to kind of fold it between your fingers like that and then glide it along your face, and then you get the distribution of your product evenly across your face, and the pad doesn't get balled up, so that's really nice. Next up, I purchased for my Smart Clarisonic the Clarisonic Flawless in a Flash Duo. It's got a radiance brush head and a sonic foundation brush, and basically this is what they look like. The radiance brush I was interested in because I like to use, and you'll see in a moment, vitamin C products which are supposed to boost radiance in your skin, and I just wanted to get this to see how much of a difference it would make regarding what it's going to do for my skin. And then the sonic foundation brush, you can see here that it is a bit of a longer bristled brush that you can use on your Clarisonic to distribute your foundation, and it's going to be something that is going to pulsate your foundation into your skin and likely allow you to use less foundation, so I really like that. Next up, from one of my all-time favorite brands, which is Boscia, is the Boscia Clear Complexion Willow Bark Spot Treatment. Whenever I have a blemish, whether it's just starting out or it's become a whitehead already, I just dab a little bit of this onto my skin, and the next morning either the blemish is decreased or the gunk is out of the whitehead. Or even when I use it on my boyfriend's skin, he has significantly reduced the redness in his skin just by using this product. This is a lifesaver in a pen. I recommend this to everyone that I meet that asks me what I do to my skin. I say this is one way that I keep away from having spots on my skin. And again, it's the Clear Complexion Willow Bark Spot Treatment. Now, my next Boscia product is the Green Tea Oil-Free Moisturizer. Now, this is a new product for me. Years ago, Boscia had a moisturizing product that I really liked that they discontinued, and I played around with a few of the other ones, but I really didn't love it. But this Green Tea Oil-Free Moisturizer, I really do enjoy. It comes with a pump and it just squirts out just the exact amount that you need, and you kind of just rub it into your skin. It's very lightweight. It has a slightly medicinal type of scent, but nothing that's overpowering, and it just really moisturizes your skin without leaving like an oily residue or a slick sheen to it. It just soaks into your skin. And I myself, as a combination oily person, I like to have just that matte moisturization feel, and that's what this Green Tea Oil-Free Moisturizer does for me. Now, the next thing that I bought was the Peter Thomas Roth Hydro Cleanse Duo. It has a water drench cleanser and a water drench hyaluronic cloud cream moisturizer, and I purchased this because I'm currently use a hyaluronic acid hydrating serum in my skincare currently, and it's just in liquid form, and I wanted to mainly use this moisturizer here because it is a cream, and I wanted to see just how much more moisturization I could get. If you're unfamiliar, hyaluronic acid is a moisture binding ingredient that holds 1,000 times its weight in water, so it's really good at getting on your skin and kind of plumping up the skin and really getting in there and moisturizing, so it's really good stuff. Now this next product here, I've been using this for about 5 years off and on. It's the Henriksen True Serum Collagen Boosted with True C Complex. It's a vitamin C product and it smells just like orange juice or something like that. Very citrusy, very candy-like. And I use this all over my face. And this helps me to eliminate dark spots. It kind of resurfaces the skin. It makes your skin absolutely, positively smooth. It feels like baby butt smooth, and you kind of, if you have any dry flakes, you use this and it kind of resurfaces the skin in a very gentle fashion. So it's very good to use, and I picked this one up. This is the, let's see, what size is this? This is the 0.5 fluid ounce size, and I believe I paid $15 for this. There is like a much larger size that I think runs up to like $148 or something like this, but this is the cheapest one that I found on Sephora at around $15. Sometimes they do have the gift with purchases, and if you see the Henriksen True Serum Collagen Boosted with True C Complex product as a gift with purchase, I recommend that you pick it up because this is something that you're going to fall in love with, I guarantee. Next, kind of transitioning into the makeup world, I picked up the Becca Ever Matte Poreless Priming Perfector. Now I sampled this for quite some time because I was just, basically I'm new to primers. In the past I used the Smashbox primer, but I didn't really feel like it was doing much for my skin. It just felt like very slick and silicone-y. I didn't feel like it was really holding back my oils too much. And then I purchased this and I really enjoyed it. What I do is I squeeze a little bit on my hands and then I just pat it and press it into my skin gently like this and my T-zone area, and then it kind of gets a little bit white. If you just rub it on your skin like you would like a normal primer, it's going to kind of ball up on you, so that's why you want to gently press it into the areas that you're going to be using it. And it holds back my oil. Of course I do use other oil reducing products, but I think this is the first line of defense, getting a primer down under your foundation. And this is a really good one. So if you have oily skin or combination oily skin, get oily into the T-zone area, I definitely recommend this Becca Ever Matte Poreless Priming Perfector. And if you don't have the money to shell out for it right away for the big size, which I think is $38, they do have a smaller size that is about $14, I believe, or just do like I did and sample it from Sephora, you know, a couple times, because that's what the samples are for. They're for you to get a feel of how the product's going to work for your skin, so you're not wasting your money and wasting product returning it back to the store. Now the next primer that I kind of, I've purchased this several times before, and if you've seen any of my eye swatch videos for makeup eyeshadow palettes, you would have seen this, because this is the eye primer that I use, and it's the Smashbox 24-Hour Photo Finish Shadow Primer. It's a nice little creamy primer here. It's kind of got like a pinkish tint to it, but when you rub it on, it goes clear. And I like it. It's nice tacky base to hold on to your eyeshadows, and it just is very smooth feeling. It's not gritty. My only kind of gripe about it is it's not, and it doesn't advertise that it is, but it's not like water resistant, because sometimes, and I'm not certain what product it is that's doing this, but sometimes my eyes will water a lot, and then the water will kind of travel up into the crease, and then I'll just have like a bald patch where I have like no eyeshadow because it's worn off, and so that gets a little bit annoying. But overall I really do like this primer. I can't use the Urban Decay primer, which I have been recommended by the girls in Sephora, because that one kind of makes my eyes burn, so I don't know what ingredient is in that does that, but this was the next best thing for me. So moving on, I picked up the Urban Decay De-Slick Makeup Setting Oil Control Spray, and this is in the smaller size. This ran me about $15. I used this and just tested it out with my makeup routine, and I ended up really liking the way that it worked with my foundation and with the Becca primer. because I kept checking throughout the day, like to get ready to blot my face, and I didn't really need to, and I was really impressed by that. So I went ahead and purchased the full size of this, which was $32, and this one was, I believe it was $15, and I bought it at that price just to test it out so I wouldn't have to, you know, take it back if I didn't like it, because it was my first time trying a makeup setting spray. But yeah, this one was $32, and I think it is something that if you are an oily girl that you are going to enjoy. In between the time that I picked up the big size, I did purchase the all-nighter makeup setting spray. It just labels it as long-lasting, oil-free, paraben-free, temperature-controlled technology, and it doesn't really say anything specifically about being like oil controlling like the De-Slick does, but I discontinued use of this because at the same time I was using another moisturizer, and with the combination of them working together I had a slight breakout, so I didn't want to continue using the all-nighter. I'm sure it was just I'm almost positive it was the moisturizer that was breaking me out, but just in case it wasn't, I just continued on with the De-Slick. I will revisit the all-nighter once I run out of the De-Slick because I already have it, just to see where it goes from there. Now next up, still sticking with the Urban Decay line, I received a sample of the Urban Decay Troublemaker Mascara, and this is kind of like what the booklet looks like for it. It says that it gives you 13 times the lash volume, super fat, super long, and sex proof. And then it goes on to say that it has like a special wand that is a custom brush that grabs onto lashes, curling as it coats. The perfect tool for creating super fat, super long, separated lashes. And I really do believe that. I'm kind of moving away, not necessarily moving away from wearing eyelashes, but I'm being more conscious of the eyelashes that I have, because I noticed that even though I gently remove my eyelashes, it seems like I'm getting sparse spots in the inner corner, and I don't want to not have eyelashes, so I'm just kind of backing off for a little bit. So I use this Troublemaker mascara, and it has little fibers in it which cling to the sparse inner corner lashes that I have, so I like that, so it kind of builds them up. So I went ahead and bought the full size, and this one is a 24/7 Troublemaker mascara, an eye pencil duo. It comes in this cute little pouch, and I believe I paid $24 for this. It comes in this cute little pouch with the Troublemaker mascara, and then also the 24/7 Glide On eye pencil in Zero. So that was a good value there. And then I picked up the Urban Decay Naked Heat Palette. Now I know this came out earlier this year, but I was kind of on the fence about, you know, what type of palettes that I was going to buy, but I did go ahead and pick this one up because every time I went into Sephora I would swatch it and play with it a little bit, and just the warm tones are absolutely gorgeous. I'm trying not to blind you and try to keep it straight. Just the warm tones I think look good next to my skin. I have a Smashbox palette that has some of these tones in it, but this has like a wider array and more shimmers to it, so I think I'm really going to enjoy this palette. Of course I will be eye swatching this, even though it came out some time ago, because eye swatches are just kind of my thing, and I want to have like a full library of eye swatches for different eyeshadow palettes. Now moving on to my favorite thing, which is lipsticks. I picked up this Smashbox Be Legendary lipstick and lip mattifier set. It's got 6 lipsticks here and a instant matte product that's supposed to mattify your lipsticks. Now it comes in this cute little packaging here, and then it also came with a bunch of little stickers, and I'm going to insert a clip here so you can see what the lipsticks look like. They range from like a nudie color to pinkish shades. There's a dark shade and a red shade. I think I'm going to get a lot of use out of this kit. The lighter shades I may not be able to wear, or I'll have to definitely pair them with a lip liner, but I know the darker shade and the red shade I'm probably going to love. Next up, I purchased the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder in Medium Deep. Now, I use this every single day since I've got it. It's fairly close to my skin tone, and I'm able to just put it on after I apply my Fenty foundation. If you haven't seen my Fenty beauty haul, go ahead and click the info card to see what I got. The foundation is one of the shades that I picked up. I'm in 420, and I can also wear the shade 410 if you're wondering my shade reference. But this translucent powder is just so nice. It's so finely milled, and it just dusts so evenly across my skin. I really am enjoying it, and I can't believe that I never tried a translucent powder before. Next up, more lip products. From Bite Beauty, I got the Perfect Hair Amuse Bouche lipstick and lip pencil, and this is in of course red. I really love red lipstick. I had to pick this one up when I saw it. The pencil is in 78, and then the lipstick is in Gazpacho, and it's just a little lipstick here, and then a little lip pencil. Let me open this here. There we go. So here are the lipstick and here are the pencil, and they're just darling and easy to use up. I think I've never used up a full lipstick before, and I think that's why I like buying minis, because it's more likely that I'll be able to use it up before it expires, because you know, makeup has an expiration date. I'm not exactly sure the guidelines right offhand. I think mascara is like every 3 months. I don't know what lipstick is, but I know I have a lot of them, and they'll probably expire by the time that I'm able to use it, so that's why I like buying minis. Speaking of minis and Bite Beauty, I went ahead and got this Kiss set, and these are the Amuse Bouche liquefied lipsticks, and there are 4 different ones in this kit, and there's like a nude. Basically, I would say there's 2 nudes and 2 reds. Now, the one nude that I know doesn't work for me is Whip. It's the lightest shade. And then there is a demi-glaze. This is like a brownish, almost purplish gray type of shade that looks really good on dark skin. And then the 2 reds are Flambe and Braised. These are really good. Flambe is like a nice bright one, and then Braised is like a more muted red. Very good formula. Feels very soft on the lips, moisturizing even to the point of you'll wonder whether you just put on a lip balm. I mean, it's that great. I really love Bite Beauty's products because they use food grade ingredients, and that means that, you know, from time to time, if you lick your lips, you're not getting anything nasty in your mouth like you would with whatever other lipsticks are made from. I know it's like wax and other stuff, but I like Bite Beauty because they do use food grade ingredients. Their formulas are fantastic. Your lips don't feel crummy after you wear them. Just overall good stuff. Now, and in fact, I ended up buying 2 of these kits without realizing it, because I saw them and I was like, ooh, I really want that. So now I have 2 kits, even more to go around. And then next up, I purchased the Fenty Beauty. What is this? The Sci-Fly. Oh, where's my paper? I don't know what it's called, but it's this Fenty Beauty lipstick in Sci-Fly. It's like a purpley, glittery type, maroon type of lipstick. And I haven't taken photos of this, so I'm not going to swatch it, but I really like the way that it looked when I swatched it in the store. So I might do a quick little lipstick try-on haul for this one when it comes down the line. But so far I have really been enjoying my Fenty Beauty products, so much so that I couldn't resist picking up the Fenty Beauty, and I'm going to show this upside down so I don't blind you, the Fenty Beauty Galaxy eyeshadow palette. Now, There's like a weird smell too, like the palette. I think it might be whatever they painted it with, but it's not like a stinky stank smell, but it's like a weird metallic paint type smell. But the eyeshadows don't stink or anything, so I'm going to use it. And this will be featuring its own eye swatch video, so be on the lookout for that. Next up, and this I think is my last product, is the Philosophy Fresh Cream body care set. It's got fresh cream, shampoo, shower gel, bubble bath, the body lotion, a body polishing scrub, and a body spritz. I sampled this in the store and it just smells so delicious. It's like a vanilla, creamy, like just nice, decadent bakery type scent. And who doesn't want to smell like some bakery item like a cookie or a cake? I just had to pick this up because I love the scent so much, and I believe this was $32. That's what it says here. So I think that's a good value for 4 Philosophy items. And let me see, I think there's something else. No, I showed that. Oh, one more thing that I picked up from Sephora was these Invisible Traceless hair rings, and I've got one in my hair right now. These are really nice. They're kind of like that phone cord material where you can stretch it, and these are really nice because one thing about me, I have natural hair and I have a lot of it, and I don't like to wear hair bands that are super duper tight. So these, you can stretch them out, and because they have like the grooves of the cord, it just kind of sucks onto your hair and like stays in position wherever you put it, and your hair doesn't slip out of the ponytail or anything. It's very nice and comfortable, and they stretch out really wide, and you can, you know, triple them, quadruple them, and still have a little bit of movement there. Now I will say that I did purchase another one of these sets, Invisible sets from Kohl's, and they're the Nano. I don't know, oh here they are. They're the Nano. Whatever you do, do not pick up these little Nano rings, because you're not going to be able to do anything at all with them. Because literally, they barely go over my pinky. They're like a little ring. They don't really stretch. You're not going to be able to get any type of ponytail through there. Versus this one where you can get like mega stretch on it and everything like that. So these were $8 at Sephora. So, and you get 3 of them in the pack. They have all different colors, and even like a gold and silver champagne type set that I saw when I was in the store the other day that I thought about picking up. But I was like, nope, don't overindulge. Just stick with what you got. But yeah, that's it. If you like what you saw, please comment, like, share, and subscribe. Anything you do is greatly appreciated. And I hope that you want to stick around and follow me on Instagram and like me on Facebook at Takiyah Louise. Until the next video, take care.